Good morning. I am Dee Hopkins, proud Dean of the West Virginia University College of Human Resources and Education. It is my pleasure to introduce the graduating class of 2011. Please stand and help me welcome in order of appearance the doctoral, the master's, the 5-year teacher education, and the bachelor candidates for degrees in the College of Human Resources and Education. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Honored graduates, distinguished guests, proud parents and families, faculty, staff, and friends of the university, welcome to the 2011 commencement ceremony for West Virginia University's College of Human Resources and Education. This is the 142nd commencement at West Virginia University, a long-standing tradition, and it's held to recognize the degree attainment of its students. Now, graduates, that means you. In a while, you will come to the stage and receive recognition of the completion of your degree. Much of the pageantry of our ceremony today is explained in your program, including the regalia, the hoods, robes, mortarboards, and tassels that we are wearing. At one point in history, these robes would have been your everyday dress, signifying your standing as a scholar. The long black gown served as a cloak against the cold and damp air in unheated stone buildings with drafty classrooms. Those of you receiving graduate degrees this morning will receive hoods. Most are banded in light blue velvet, signifying education. Some are banded in dark blue, representing the Doctorate of Philosophy. Speech pathology hoods are banded in yellow, Audiology in forest green, and multidisciplinary studies are banded in white. The satin insert on all hoods, represented by West Virginia University, are blue and gold. My colors are the crimson and cream of Indiana University, my alma mater. And the hoods of our faculty reflect the universities that awarded their degrees. Our processional is colorful because our faculty represent the diversity of institutions of higher learning. The academic cap or mortarboard was introduced by Oxford University and should be worn with the board flat. And that's not always easy to accomplish, as many of you probably discovered when you tried to put them on this morning. Unlike the scholars of the past, we don't wear our robes daily, but for special occasions like this morning, we pull them from the recesses of our closets, dust them off, and don them to reaffirm visually that we are scholars. I encourage you to contemplate the importance of the attire that you are wearing today and the statement it makes to those who see you in it. It says that you are a scholar, and it's a symbol of the knowledge that you have attained. And even though you're not going to drape this robe about you each morning as you go about your daily tasks, its symbolism can and should gently wrap you in its importance. As you leave West Virginia University to begin or to continue your careers, keep in mind that regardless of these outer trappings, and you have all earned them, it is who you are inside that really counts. The scholar's robe, the mortarboard, the hood, these trappings slip off easily, but keep your sincerity, your integrity, your kindness, your belief in your fellow man. Remember that wherever you go, you'll always be a mountaineer, and you'll always wear the blue and gold. Now, at this time, I'd like to introduce special members of the platform party, and please hold your applause until all are standing. Our processional was led today by faculty marshals Dr. Margaret Glenn, carrying the University Mace, and Dr. Robert Watterson. One of our 2011 outstanding teachers, Dr. Ur Cayley, and one of our outstanding researchers, Dr. Ken St. Louis, carried our banners. Representing West Virginia University administration today, we are delighted to have with us Jennifer McIntosh, Executive Officer for Social Justice, Dr. Nigel Clark, Associate Vice President for Academic Planning and member of the Board of Governors, Dr. Steve Robinson, University Registrar, and Dr. Elizabeth Dooley, Associate Provost for Undergraduate Academic Affairs. We are also pleased to have Joe Morrow, Staff Representative on the Board of Governors, and Kay McCrory, President of the Human Resources and Education Alumni Association, with us today. You know, it's a special treat this year to introduce our commencement speaker because she's a graduate of our college. Dr. Jorea M. Marple, West Virginia's brand new State Superintendent of Schools, earned her doctorate in Education Administration from West Virginia University in 1986. She began her role as West Virginia's 27th State Superintendent of Schools on March 1st, and it's her responsibility to oversee West Virginia's public school system, which includes 55 individual school districts and serves about 282,000 students in preschool through 12th grade. Dr. Marple has more than 35 years of experience as a classroom teacher, a reading specialist, university instructor, principal, assistant county superintendent, assistant state superintendent, and deputy state superintendent. In addition to her doctorate obtained here at WVU, she has a bachelor's degree in elementary education from Fairmont State and a Master of Arts in Reading from WVU. As a principal at Tuscaloosa Elementary School in Kanawha County, Marple helps students significantly improve their standardized test scores, which earned Tuscaloosa a National Blue Ribbon School distinction. Then, as an assistant state superintendent and deputy state superintendent, she helped guide the state's journey to create a responsive and accountable 21st century school system. Marple helped to create Global 21, Students Deserve It. The world demands it. It's a plan which has garnered West Virginia national and international attention. It includes increased rigor and relevance and incorporates real-world learning and performance skills such as problem solving and creative thinking into state standards. Marple has also been involved in the State Department of Education's work with pre-K programs, school technology implementation, school leadership development programs, reading initiatives, and teacher quality efforts. On the national front, Marple served as a leader within the National Urban and Suburban School Association. She has worked with the U.S. Department of Education, Partnership for 21st Century Skills, Council of Chief State School Officers, and other state departments of education. The State Educational Technologies Directors Association, the National Association of Test Directors, the National Association of Special Education Teachers, and the National Staff Development Council are also committees that she was part of. She has also been honored as a YWCA Woman of Achievement. Marple and her husband, Darrell V. McGraw, Jr., live in Charleston, and they are the parents of 2 adult children. I am honored to invite Dr. Jorea Marple to the podium to share her remarks. Dr. Marple?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dean Hopkins, distinguished guests, faculty, proud parents, friends, graduates, for the opportunity to be here today. I'm really humbled to be asked to share this really important day of celebration for you, the graduates of the College of Human Resources and Education. I want to begin by first offering my congratulations to you for your hard work and your success that's being celebrated today. Just as each of you have acknowledged in the 142nd Commencement book, your realization that this is a special day, not only for you, but for your parents, for your grandparents, for your friends, siblings, and other family members whose support was instrumental in you being here today. And you did not forget in your acknowledgments the professors, those dedicated individuals who taught you, who came up with exciting ways to share their vast wisdom, knowledge, and experience with you. As I was preparing my remarks for today, I could not help but think back, and that was a very long time ago, on my own commencement, and remember who the guest speaker was. Well, for the life of me, I could not remember who that individual was. And I'm sure that years from now, you may not remember who spoke at your commencement, but I hope you would have bought a book that I'm going to share and refer to today, and that you have taken this book and referred to the lessons that it offers. You know, it seems only like yesterday that I was in your place, eager to start my teaching career at Mannington Elementary in neighboring Marion County. Mannington and nearby Farmington were coal mining communities, and some of you may have grown up in just such communities. These are special places with special people. Mining and the dangers associated with mining create a bond. You likely saw on television when the Chilean miners were joyfully rescued last year after spending 69 days underground, or you may have shared in our sadness expressed by West Virginians and others last year when 31 mine workers died in an explosion at the Upper Big Branch Mine in southern West Virginia. It was this kind of sorrow that my first students were dealing with after the Console No. 9 coal mine just north of Mannington exploded and killed 78 miners and entrapped 19 miners in that mine forever. That mining disaster was the catalyst for the passage of major changes in U.S. mining safety laws. Yet those advances did little for my children that I was responsible for teaching that year. It was then that I realized firsthand that my role as an educator was to provide more than book knowledge. It was to counsel and to provide guidance and help children overcome the challenges that they have in order to become successful, just like you. Some of you may become teachers. Others will help children as counselors and as speech therapists and as audiologists, and some of you might not ever work in the public school system. But I am confident that there will be children in your lives, whether your own children or your family's children or your neighbor's children, and they will all be special. But some of them may be sick or may be lonely and impoverished with little control over their fate. What you do or don't do will make a difference in their lives. The level of your knowledge, your instructional expertise, your compassion, and your hard work correlate to how much an impact you will make on each child's life. Remember that there is no exercise better for the human heart than reaching down to lift up another person, and it's especially great when that person is a child. Children's advocate Marian Wright Edelman, president of the Children's Defense Fund, wrote a book entitled The Measure of Success, and this book is based upon 25 life lessons, and she wrote these lessons for two reasons. First, her children were reaching adulthood, and she wanted to share the lessons of life she had learned from her parents. Dr. Edelman was brought up in poverty, but with parents who established incredible values in their children. When Dr. Edelman was 14 years old, her father died with holes in his shoes, but 2 children just out of college, 1 in college and 1 in divinity school. The second reason Dr. Edelman wrote this book was out of fear and concern for America's future. She believed, and believes still, that the greatest threat to our national security and the future of our country comes not from an external enemy, but from within, in our own loss of strong moral, family, community values, and support. So today, I want to spend a few moments to share the most poignant lessons within that wonderful book. The first lesson that I share with you is don't be afraid of taking risks or being criticized. If you don't want to be criticized, I offer that you don't say anything, you don't do anything, and you certainly don't be anything. Don't be afraid of failing. It is the way that you will learn to do things right. It doesn't matter how many times that you fail and fall down. What matters is how many times you get up. Author J.K. Rowling, that we all love, who created that magical world of Harry Potter, tells a story about escaping poverty to become a multi-millionaire within 5 years. At one time, she worried about how to put food on her table. Today, her net worth is estimated to be $1 billion. At the age of 27, just a few years older than many of you, she had reached rock bottom. She had a failed marriage. She was a single parent living in poverty without a job. It was a low point that she says, it was at this low point that she contemplated suicide. Yet, it was this failure that gave her the solid foundation on which to build her life. Because she had failed on such an epic scale, she could see that it was necessary to cast away the unimportant and to focus on the important. And for her, the importance was her daughter and her writing. So find out what matters the most to you in your life, and don't fear of failure, and that will prevent you from doing what you love. When my own 2 children, who are not much older than you, would find themselves in a trying time or a difficult circumstance or who had failed, my husband Darrell would tell them, never look back. Just get up and learn from your failure and move forward. The second lesson I'd like to share with you is please don't work just for money. Money alone will not save your soul or build a decent family or help you sleep at night. Do you know that we are the richest nation on earth with one of the highest incarceration rates, drug addiction, and child poverty rates in the world? So don't ever confuse wealth or fame with character. And don't condone or tolerate moral corruption, whether it's found in a high place or a low place, whatever its color or its class. Hollywood can be used to illustrate both the good and the bad. Take Lindsay Lohan, for example. As an actress, wow, she's attained success at a very young age, appearing in numerous films, and you all know her. Yet her personal life is a testimony to poor choices and has even landed her in jail and affected her work. Then we have the story that you all know of NFL star Michael Oher, whose life is based on a movie that you've seen, The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. Michael's story is one of triumph. He was a kid who had all the odds stacked against him. He spent most of his childhood in various foster homes. His early life was filled with danger and upheaval until Sean and Leanne Toohey took him off the streets at 16. This family nurtured his gentle and troubled soul and hired tutors to get him to grade level. Michael's story is one of hope and how two people can make a difference in a child's life because it's the right thing to do. Dr. Martin Luther King often said, many of Hitler's dictates in Nazi Germany were legal, but they were not moral. So, don't give anyone or anybody the proxy for your conscience. Don't vote for people based upon the amount of money they have to buy the most ads. Vote based on your intellectual and informed understanding of what they have done for others. An honest victory is the only victory in the long run, as we all intuitively know. Unfortunately, greed blinds that intuition all too often. There will be many, many times in the course of your professional and personal life where you will be encouraged in shockingly plain ways to take the easy way, to go along with the group in contradiction of your own principles. Standing up for one's belief may not engender friends, yet contradiction of the majority in the service of what is right is a high expression of courage. All of you have heard the story of Rosa Parks, an African-American woman who became the symbol of the civil rights movement after she was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white passenger on a public bus. It's unfortunate that many of our school children are taught that Rosa Parks just refused to give up her seat because her feet were tired. That's only part of the story. She once said, "The only tired I was the tired of giving in." Our country and our world desperately need more wise shepherds like Rosa Parks and fewer sheep. Lesson 3. There is no free lunch. Do not feel entitled to anything that you do not sweat and struggle for. And help our nation understand that it's not entitled today to world leadership based on the past or on what we say rather than what we do and how well we perform to meet the challenging needs of today's world. American social reformer Frederick Douglass reminded us all, men may not get all they pay for in this world, but they most certainly pay for what they get. You've worked hard to get here today, and I want you to begin this next phase of your life by continuing your hard work. Don't be lazy. Pay attention to detail. Take care and pride in your work as your professors have taught you to do. Don't assume a door is closed. Push on it. Don't assume that if it were closed yesterday, that it's closed today. And don't ever stop learning and improving your mind. Your education, any educational experience, is a valuable tool that will help you succeed in whatever career you pursue. But you have to do the pursuing. A career is not going to chase you down. One of the truest ways to spark your success, and it's been magical for me all my life, is to write down your goals. When I became principal of Tiscawal Elementary, a school in Kanawha County, in 1989, I faced many challenges. This was a high-risk inner-city school in Charleston. It suffered from many problems that characterize the poor performing schools you may find yourself in today. Extremely low achievement, poor attendance, limited family involvement, and a frustrated staff. As I began this new job, as I done for each of my jobs, I wrote down what I wanted to accomplish. And among those goals was to be named a National Exemplary School. Within a few short years, Tuscarawas was not only a National Blue Ribbon School, but one of America's best schools. Writing down your goals, taking the time to do that, provides you direction and will help keep you on track. And then the magic occurs when you internalize those goals and you discipline yourself enough to refer back to those goals. Then you will be empowered to accomplish what you desire. Lesson 4. Now, it may be a bit premature to talk to you about this lesson, but it's an important life lesson. Take parenting and family life very, very seriously, and insist that those you work for and who you represent also do. Remember that your wife is not your mother or your maid, but your partner and your friend. Although the time for your family may be many years in the future, this is a lesson that applies to those roommates that you'll continue to have, as well as your future spouse. Your roommate is not your maid, but can become your lifelong friend. I hope your generation will raise your sons to be fair to other people's daughters and to share and not just help with family responsibilities. To love is to place others before you and to make their needs your priority. When you put somebody else at the center of your frame, your entire world changes for the better. You begin to find your place in the world. Look at the story of Tom's Shoe Company, and I'm sure many of you may have worn a pair of those shoes. It's rare to find a for-profit company in the corporate world willing to devote itself to charity. But that's the Tom's Shoe Company that was founded on that idea at its core. This company was founded by Blake McCoskey and donates one pair of shoes to a child in need for every one purchased. Tom's now gives shoes to children in over 24 different countries. McCoskey tells the story of his first shoe drop in 2006 in an impoverished part of Argentina. 3 boys who had just received their Tom's shoes led him to a field where they loved to play soccer in their bare feet. And this field was filled with rocks and with glass. And it was at this point that McCoskey realized that his company motto was the right motto: start something that matters. So when each of you, and each of you will hear stories of need in the future, you must be drawn into those stories and into the lives of others. You must enter others' problems, their hopes, their dreams, and their families. Then let yourself be whisked down unimagined corridors toward possibilities that had been hidden to you before. Resolve to do little things for others. You don't know where they're going to lead, but then again, you don't know where your life is going to lead you. Lesson 5, just be honest. Struggle to live what you say and preach. Stress family values and be moral examples for your children when you have them. If you cut corners, your children will cut corners too. If you don't tell the truth, your children won't tell the truth. If you spend all your money on yourselves and you give no portion to charities, colleges, churches, synagogues, civic causes, your children won't either. And won't this world be a less good place to live? As you grow older and older, you will find that change that things change from absolute to relative. And when you were very young, it was absolutely wrong to lie, cheat, and steal. But as you get older, and particularly when you enter the workforce, you will be tempted by the system to think in relative terms. I made more money, I have a nicer car, I went on a better vacation, or even worse, I didn't cheat as much on my taxes as my partner. I'll just have a few drinks. I don't do cocaine, I just smoke a little pot. I don't pad my expense reports as much as others. This is all completely wrong. Preserve and obey the absolutes as much as you can. If you never lie, cheat, or steal, you will never have to remember who you lied to, how you cheated, or what you stole. There are absolute rights and absolute wrongs. You can make a difference by being honest and always telling the truth. Lesson 6. Listen for the genuine within yourself. Those who can hear the genuine within themselves can hear it in others. Setting goals is important, but you must remain true and genuine to yourself. If you hope to have a balanced and successful life where your health and relationships and mental state are all in a good order, then you must listen to the genuine within yourself. Theologian Howard Thurman said, "There is something in every one of you that waits and listens for the sound of genuine in yourself. It is the only true guide you will ever have. And if you cannot hear it, you will all your life spend your days on the ends of strings controlled by somebody else." Today, there are so many noises in this world, so many competing pulls on us. I hope that you find the ways and the times and the spaces to listen to yourself and to find the genuine within. Learn to be quiet enough to hear the sound of the genuine within you and within other people. And the last lesson, never, ever, ever, ever think life is not worth living or that you can't make a difference. Never give up and never cease to try to make a difference. I don't care how hard it gets, and I will assure you it will get very hard. Just imagine if Bill Gates had quit when people said it can't be done. Look at President Barack Obama. Imagine if he would have listened to the naysayers who said, a black child raised by a single white mother could not grow up to run for president, let alone win. Obama had a mother who never stopped believing one person can make a difference. President Obama has said his mother gave him love, education, and hope. With these three things, he learned never to think that his life was not worth living. He was able to tune out the you can'ts and focus on the you cans, and to go on to change the course of American history. I can also share with you a story of life worth living from my own family. My grandmother did not have an easy life, yet she lived to be 98 years old. And at 95, my brother was taking her on her last road trip to Florida, and they had spent a wonderful time talking about the past and her wonderful life and discussing the adventures that occurred in her life. And at the end of the day, my brother asked my grandmother, "Grandmother, you've lived a long and full life. What was the best day of your life?" Now, he expected, just as you might expect, my grandmother would have answered that her best day was her wedding day, or the day that she secured 640 acres on a homestead in Colorado, or perhaps it was the day that she brought each one of her children into this world. But no, that was not her response. Well, she said, David, the best day of my life would be today. And with God's help, it will be tomorrow. Her words taught our entire family a very valuable lesson. The past is the past, and you need to rejoice in the opportunity of a new day. And what matters is how you use this gift of a new day to help others. So as you prepare to go off into this world and to be successful, and you will be, I want you to remember the lessons. Don't be afraid of taking risks. Don't just work for money. There is no free lunch. Take parenting and family life seriously. Be honest, listen for the genuine within yourself, and never, ever think that you can't make a difference. Congratulations to you, and good luck in your future. Take care.
Thank you, Dr. Marple, for those words of inspiration. It is now my pleasure to introduce Joshua Stubbs, who will sing My Home Among the Hills. This song was composed in 1963 in honor of West Virginia's centennial celebration by Clarksburg native E.W. James. Please join me in welcoming Joshua Stubbs.
Waterfalls and mountain rills, my heart will be always in the West Virginia hills. Their autumn hillsides are bright with scarlet trees, and in the spring the robins sing, while apple blossoms whisper in the breeze. And there is music in the flashing streams, and joy in fields of daffodils, laughter in the happy valleys of my home among the hills.
Joshua, that was beautiful, and we want to thank you for sharing your talent this morning. I also want to thank Dr. Krista Ann Chanou for providing the music for our processionals today. Please join in showing our appreciation for both of these talented musicians. Well, we'll now turn to the important business of conferring degrees. To receive a degree from West Virginia University, our students are privileged to work with outstanding faculty who are directly responsible for their success. They inspire, motivate, and mentor our students in classes and outside the formal learning experience. They're a talented, hard-working faculty committed to providing a high-quality education. And it's with great pride and enthusiasm that I present to you the faculty of the College of Human Resources and Education. Will the faculty of the college, full-time and adjunct, please stand and let us thank you for what you do for our students. The university has awarded honors cords to its baccalaureate degree students who are graduating with Latin honors. These are significant academic accomplishments, and I want to recognize our honors graduates who are with us today. With the undergraduate students graduating cum laude with a grade point average of 3.4 to 3.59, please stand. Congratulations, you may be seated. With those students who are graduating magna cum laude with a grade point average of 3.6 to 3.79, please stand. Congratulations, you may be seated. And would the students who are graduating summa cum laude with a grade point average of 3.8 to 4 point, please stand. Congratulations, you may be seated. I now invite Dr. Dooley to join me in greeting our graduating class and lead in the conferral of West Virginia University degrees.
Will all the graduates receiving doctorate degrees of audiology please stand and approach the platform? Yes. Robert Kale, hooded by Dr. Gail Neldon and Department Chair Robert Orlikoff. Stephanie Michelle Collins, hooded by Dr. Gail Neldon and the Department Chair. Gina Lynn Groves, hooded by Dr. Conrad Lundeen and the chair, the department chair. Carrie Ann Harsh, hooded by Dr. Conrad Lundeen and the department chair. Christina Lynn Limley, hooded by Dr. Gail Neldon and the department chair. Lindsay Dawn Radko, hooded by Dr. Gail Neldon and the department chair. Megan Lee Watson, hooded by Dr. Conrad Lundeen and the department chair. Will all the graduates receiving doctorate degrees of education in curriculum and instruction please stand and approach the platform? Cyprian Loco, hooded by Dr. Pat Obanoff and Department Chair Dr. Joy Finey-Saab. Ladada McClure-Taylor, hooded by Dean Hopkins and the Department Chair. That's cool. Sylvia Ann Wright, hooded by Dr. Pat Obanoff and the Department Chair. Will all the graduates receiving doctorate degrees of education in educational leadership please stand and approach the platform? David William Agnew, hooded by Dr. Paul Chapman and the Department Chair, Dr. Dan Hirsch. Grace Atebe, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the Department Chair. Michael Wayne Cutright, hooded by Dr. Paul Chapman and the Chair. Vanessa Lana Drew Branch, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the Chair. Philip Matthew Keith, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the Chair. They told me that already. Linda Kiminsu, hooded by Dr. Paul Chapman and Dr. Joy Finey-Saab. Robin Joy Lewis, hooded by Dr. Helen Hazy and the Department Chair, Dan Hirsch. Suzanne Offit, hooded by Dr. Paul Chapman and the Department Chair, Dr. Dan Hirsch. Richard Pagan, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the department chair. Blake Renner, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the department chair.
Where are we? Sherry Anna Martin Robinson, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the department chair. Gabrielle Saint-Lager, hooded by Dr. Adrian Williams and Dr. Joy Fayani Saab. David Sheldon Tupper, hooded by Dr. Helen Hazy and Dr. Dan Hirsch, the department chair. Christy Wood Turner, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the department chair. Trina Lynn Yearwood, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the department chair. Will all the graduates receiving the doctor's degrees of philosophy in counseling psychology please stand and approach the platform? John Edward Dam, hooded by Dr. James Bartee and the department chair, Margaret Glenn. Eric James Limegrover, hooded by Dr. James Bartee and the department chair. Mary Eleanor Schaefer, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Adams and the department chair. Receiving the doctorate in educational psychology Justin Cameron Griffith, hooded by Dr. Terrence Ahern and the department chair. Receiving the doctorate in instructional design and technology, Joseph Nachai, hooded by Dr. Terrence Ahern and the department chair. Receiving the doctorate in special education, Tara Brooks, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamitis and Dr. Barbara Ludlow, the chair.
Will all of the graduates receiving Masters of Arts degrees in counseling please stand and approach the platform? Megan Baird, hooded by Dr. Ed Jacobs and the department chair, Dr. Margaret Glenn. Chining Chang, hooded by Dr. Ed Jacobs and the department chair. Juliet Marie Fleece, hooded by Dr. Ed Jacobs and the department chair. Morgan Charlotta Fikes, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Adams and the department chair. Jason Richard Hedger, hooded by Dr. Ed Jacobs and the department chair. Jessica Laurel O'Neill, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Adams and the chair. Courtney Provenzano, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Adams and the chair. Jennifer Elizabeth Randall, hooded by Dr. Ed Jacobs and the department chair. Danica Lynn Ryan, hooded by Dr. Christine Schimmel and the department chair. Joshua David Thornton, hooded by Dr. Christine Schimmel and the chair. Laura Manuel Walls, hooded by Dr. Christine Schimmel and the chair. Lauren Elizabeth Weigel, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Adams and the chair. Christine Elizabeth Weir, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Adams and the chair. Roger Lindley Wilkinson, hooded by Dr. Christine Schimmel and the department chair. Kayla Elaine Smith, hooded by Dr. Christine Schimmel and the department chair. Will all the graduates receiving Masters of Arts degrees in Educational Leadership please stand and approach the platform? Diana Suzanne Abraham, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the department chair, Dr. Dan Hirsch. Mary Audrey Gilkison, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. Thomas W. Green, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. Jeremiah Smith Kibler, hooded by Keisha Kibler and the chair. Susan Michelle Paw, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. Say it all. Joelle Joyce Jolyn Schoolcraft, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. Amy Beth Skeens, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. David Sluzarek, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. Gina Marie Trout, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and the chair. Brittany. Just go to me. Okay. Elizabeth Ann Ferrari, hooded by Dr. Jonna Bolliard and the chair. I should go back and get the right list. Okay. Hope Michelle Hadley, hooded by Sylvia Berryhill and the department chair, Dr. Joy Finey Saab. Sarah Elizabeth Phillips, hooded by Dr. Jonna Balliard and the chair. Okay. Jennifer Zook Reeves, hooded by Dr. Jonna Balliard and the chair. Jennifer Ann Trithall, hooded by Dr. Jonna Balliard and the chair. Okay. Antida Vajrabia, hooded by Dr. Jane Cardy and the chair. Just go. Lisa Ann Walsh, hooded by Dr. Jane Cardy and the chair. They're not. Okay. Amanda Dawn Bischoff, hooded by Dr. Randall Weissenmeyer and the chair. I have no idea who the chair is. Amber Elizabeth Barse, hooded by Dr. Jane Cardy and the chair. De la Cuadra. Francisco de Borja Caballero de la Cuadra, hooded by Jane Cardy and the chair. Victoria Elizabeth DeTola, hooded by Dr. Jane Cardy and the chair. Michael Patrick Gilkison, hooded by Dr. Sheila Benson and the chair. Zachary Allen Gauze, hooded by Dr. Jane Cardy and the chair. Ashley Elizabeth Herdman, hooded by Keisha Kibler and the department chair. Nayira Martinez Velez, hooded by Dr. Jane Cardy and the chair. Amber Dawn Pecora, hooded by Dr. Keisha Kibler, or by Keisha Kibler, and the chair. Molly Elaine Rakes, hooded by Dr. Sheila Benson and the department chair. Who's here? I'm gonna skip it. Shannon Daniel Rhodes, hooded by Perry Phillips and the department chair. Kristen Shelby Walburn, hooded by Dr. Jeffrey Carver and the chair. Megan Kathleen Lawrence, hooded by Dr. Charlene Barnes Rowland, and the chair. Laura Kelly Lewis, hooded by Dr. Charlene Barnes Rowland, and the chair. Sharon Elizabeth Sigley, hooded by Dr. Charlene Barnes Rowland, and the chair. Courtney Dawn Teets, hooded by Dr. Charlene Barnes Rowland, and the chair. Ashley LaDawn Baker, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamides and her department chair, Barbara Ludlow. Mary Yasko McCord, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamides and her chair. Jason Matthew Pauley, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamides and the chair. Paul Chapman, the other name called. Vanita Ann Smiley, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamides and the chair. Carrie Ann Studdard, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamides and the chair. Shauna Marie Varela, hooded by Dr. Kathy Karamides and the chair. Tracy Lynn Arnold, hooded by Dr. Ernie Gorez and Dr. Joy Saab. Raquel. Sheree Raquel Bennett, hooded by Dr. Charlene Barnes Rowland and the chair. Chelsea L. Capra, hooded by Dr. Jonna Bolliard and the chair. Olivia Lynn Derringer, hooded by Dr. Jonna Bolliard and the department chair. Brittany Lynn Todd, hooded by Dr. Amy Kennedy Root and the department chair, Dr. Dan Hirsch. Sophia Basie, hooded by Dr. Ur Kell and the department chair, Dr. Dan Hirsch. Jessica Lee Dement, hooded by Dr. Regina Carrick and the department chair, Dr. Margaret Glenn. Stop reading them? Okay. Alexander George Dickinson. Gabriella Emery Locke. Heather Marie Romine. Just going for it. How do you say your name? Brett Bombico. Julie Ann Cessna. Katie Ann Fluharty. Carrie Lee Fox. Kathleen Marie Gallagher. Megan Michelle Gorby. Melissa Ellen Hedrick. Alexis Rose Lape. Ryan Marie Lee. Kristen Lee Lockhart. Shay. Elena Shay McKee. Natalie Rose Miller. Kristen Cheryl Porter. Meredith Brooke Reed. Erin Marie Stefke. Marissa Diane Vedica. Sarah Justine Williams. Jody Lynn Wilson. Sarah Lynn Woodruff. Brian? Warwick? Brian Marie Warwick. I have no idea.
Will all the graduates in the 5-year program receiving their Masters of Arts in Elementary Education please rise and come to the podium? Yeah. Jenna Marie Alley. Christopher Isaac Baldoff. Susan Byron Bingler. Carolyn Marie Blank. Laurel Eliza Bobo. Amanda Marie Brandt. Samantha Rose Brody. Lisa Renee Burns. Regina Ann Capolini. Madison Emily Cebular. Rebecca Ann Klein. Sierra Whitney Collins. Amy Kathleen Kondo. Elizabeth Victoria Convey. Catherine Tanner Seifert. Allison Dalmolay. Chelsea Margaret Durgan. Lauren Michelle Eddy. Andrea Kelly Elkins. Kayla Marie Felton. Gabrielle Danae Ferrelli. Brian David Falk. Rebecca Renee Forrest. Katie Marie Goodrich. Bethany Lee Hamrick. Kelsey Elizabeth Hooks. Christina Elizabeth Jones. Melissa Ann Kane. Anne Michelle Kimetz. Keely Marie Lambert. Rachel Megan Landis. Lisa Ann Leventree. Megan Ann Liberator. Carrie Ann Lisowski. Holly Lee Lucas. Tiffany Ella Mancuso. Stephanie Lane Mumford. Amanda Danielle Parisi. Stephanie Dawn Parks. Stephanie Renee Pate. Taylor Dawn Rakes. Catherine Elizabeth Ramsey. Natalie Brooke Robinson. Jennifer Elizabeth Rosnick. Ashley Lauren Sambol. Cassandra Dominique Stemler. Allison Michelle Stevens. Nicole Suzanne Stogren. Ashley Ann Todd. Morgan Suzanne Van Scoy. Amanda Nicole Volman. Lauren Elizabeth Walton. Meredith Irene Wetmore. Emily Ellen White. Latasha Shanae Wilderotter. Amber Michelle Wolcott. Heather Elaine Wolford. Janine Urisek. Will all the graduates in the 5-year program receiving the Master's in Arts and Secondary Education please rise and come to the podium. Brooke Lee Adams. Mark Andrew Alvaro. Kelly Elizabeth Anderson. Amy Nicole Beardmore. Laurel Luann Beatty. Jeffrey Allen Blaker. Emma Woodbury Byrne. Melissa Ann Carey. Matthew Allen Clay. Michael Alexander Colonna. Matthew Dean Cox. Rachel Catherine Davis. Anthony David DeChico. Lindsay Joe Dunaway. Melissa Danielle Duncan. Beth Amy Durst. Michael Patrick Eustace. Jocelyn K. Farrell. What's the J for? Matthew Joseph Forrester. Sean Patrick Freeland. Catherine Page Grantham. Jason Andrew Grazer. Valerie Lynn Hanshaw. Natalie Nicole Irwin. Ronald Francis Abenier Jacobs. Callie Christine Jecklin. Matthew Michael Kelly. Andrew Timothy Knotts. Sarah Nicole Matheny. Molly Sue McLean. Chad Andrew Myers. Bethany Drew Morris. Tommy Lee Nestor. Stephen Michael O'Malley. Kristen Marie Reed. Marcus Andrew Robinson. Zachary William Rudloff. Raymond Scott Savage, Jr. Thomas Richard Schreiber. Stephanie Leanne Smith. Marissa Ann Spatafor. Nathan Allen Thornburg. Michael John Treveri. Monica Gail Walmsley. Jennifer Grace Wall. Bonnie Michelle Weinstein.
Yes, sir.
Benjamin David Wetzel. Matthew Frederick Workman. Rana Abdullah Absubayel. Receiving the Bachelor's of Science in Child Development and Family Studies, Marie Campo. Jacqueline Campo. Blakely Ann Collins. Amanda Christine Duff. Alyssa Louise Graziano. Rachel Lynn Griffith. Kristen Bryce Hall. Maureen Mary Hanlon. Megan Alexandra Kennard. Katrin Erin Koob. Martha Marie Licklighter. Bobby Marie McClellan. Jessie Lynn Rose. Caitlin Grace Thralls. Katie Jean Tormey. Lauren Elizabeth Zlotnick. Receiving their Bachelor's of Science degree in Speech Pathology and Audiology, Julie Marie Adams. Liza Angela Baldini. Amy Elise Bieski. Bethany Marie Burgoyne. Catherine Lynn Buckley. Chelsea Ann Compliment. Kayla Beth Currents. Samantha Ann Detterman. Sarah Ann Figuerell. Megan Jessica Glass. Shayna Marie Good. Brianna Renee Hancock. Jasmine Noel Jeffries. Elizabeth Rebecca Kisner. Emily Rebecca Kisner. Gina Marie Lutens. Rachel Elizabeth Mazanik. Hope Amanda Middlemas. Donna Renee Moore. Anisha Marie Olenchak. Kathleen Elizabeth Parsons. Amanda Nicole Payne. Samantha Irene Pearson. Michelle Christine Pichon. Alyssa Nicole Ratliff. Susan Elizabeth Reed. Susan Elizabeth Reed. Lauren Elizabeth Richards. Amy Lynn Rogers. Stephanie Ann Satanik. Molly Elizabeth Shore. Sarah Lynn Swagger. Rachel Lynn Zapalak. Caitlin Michelle Taylor. Elizabeth Stice Ventura. Meredith Chelsea Willis.
Will the class of 2011 please stand? Dr. Dooley? Dr. Dooley? Dr. Dooley, the faculty of the college and I Okay, everyone. You're not official yet. You're not official yet, so let me do this next part so that we can make you official. Dr. Dooley, the faculty of the College of Human Resources and Education and I are pleased to certify that the candidates who appear before you and whose names appear on the official list have met all college and university requirements for the doctorate, master's, and bachelor's degrees to which he or she is entitled and are eligible to receive those degrees.
Candidates from the College of Human Resources and Education, professionals in your field transform people's lives. Armed with theoretical knowledge and ample real-world experience, you are well prepared to take on the immense responsibilities of your chosen field. Whether by educating the next generation of leaders or by helping people overcome challenges through counseling or clinical practice. As you begin your careers, may you continue to promote learning across the lifetime while respecting the dignity of every person whose life you touch. As West Virginia University graduates, always aspire to put your education to work, solving our world's greatest problems. Continue to cultivate your global awareness and aim to create a more peaceful, and just world. Constantly refine your abilities to uncover facts, analyze problems, and communicate clearly. Dream big and never stop learning. Share your pride in West Virginia University wherever you go, and act as an ambassador for West Virginia University and the life-changing power of education. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, honor, and privileges appertaining thereto. As West Virginia University's newest graduates, you may move your tassels to the left side of your cap. As a symbol of your achievement. Please join me in congratulating our newest graduates.
Please be seated. Graduates, you have many people to thank for reaching this point in your life. And we distributed the acknowledgement book that many of you wrote your thanks in the booklet. Many of the rest of you, though, did not. And what I'd like for you all to do is, because you know you have someone in this audience that you should thank for where you are, please, graduates, applause your parents, your spouses, your families. Sometimes I think we should issue support diplomas right along with the ones that you received, because I know you received a lot of support from them. I would now like to call upon Mrs. Kay McCrory, President of the College of Human Resources and Education Alumni Association, to share her best wishes and welcome you on behalf of the alumni. Kay?
Good morning. It is still morning. On behalf of all the graduates of the university who have preceded you, I extend to each member of the class of 2011 congratulations and best wishes. From this day forward, your names are forever linked to West Virginia University. The quality of a university is known by the reputation of its graduates. When employers see your education has prepared you to excel in the workplace, that will enhance West Virginia University's reputation and the value of your own degree. You will be the institution's best ambassadors. With that in mind, I offer this charge to you, the class of 2011. Work hard, take risks, and don't fear about making mistakes. Put your education to work improving our society. Develop a global perspective and apply your efforts to creating a more peaceful world. Honor the sacrifices of those who came before you and do all you can to help those who will follow. Above all, never stop learning. Read, explore, travel, and expand your circle of friends. As you build new relationships and friendships, take care to nurture those that you have made here at West Virginia University. Maintain your connection with us. Show your mountaineer pride, not just on game days, but every day and every place that life takes you. Return to campus when you can to visit favorite professors and relive precious memories. As you leave today, consider the esteemed words of author Dr. Seuss. I know some of you thought, Kay will never let us go without reading a little bit again to them. This is a wonderful book all graduates should have. It's called Oh, the Places You'll Go. Don't worry, I'm not going to read it all. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the students who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you'll say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. So, be your name Volman, or Rosnick, or Clay, or Lucas, Parks, Goodrich, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day.
Thank you so much, Kay. I'm sure many of you remember the stories of Pooh and Piglet and Eeyore from your childhood. In one, there's a passage where Pooh and Piglet are walking together, and Piglet, the eternal optimist, says to Pooh, "Pooh, when you get up in the morning, what's the first thing you say to yourself?" And Pooh, who like most of us just plods through life taking one day at a time, says, "I say, what's for breakfast? What do you say, Piglet?" And Piglet looks at Pooh and says, "I say, I wonder what's going to happen exciting today." Pooh nods thoughtfully and replies, "It's the same thing." Well, graduates, I wish for all of you, as you continue this marvelous trek called life, the excitement to face each day with the enthusiasm and wonderment of Piglet. Or if you are more Pooh-like, then I wish you a hearty breakfast with lots of honey. As we conclude this commencement ceremony, I want to thank our commencement speaker, Dr. Jorea Marple, our special guests, and all who came today to help us celebrate. Graduates, this is your special day. Cherish it forever. Now, graduates and guests, we hope you will join us at the reception immediately following the ceremony in the Shell building, which is directly behind the Coliseum. The building can easily be reached through either the red or green gates, and there are carts if you or someone who is with you needs some assistance. Class of 2011, parents, family members, friends, faculty, and honored guests, please rise as we join together in singing the words of our alma mater, written in 1938 by WVU graduate student Lewis Corson. The words are printed on the inside cover of your commencement program if you would like to follow along. Now, during the singing of the alma mater, it is customary for gentlemen to remove your hats. After the alma mater, I ask that the audience be seated and remain in your seats until the platform party and the graduates have recessed.
Song to you. Hail, oh hail, our alma mater.